Paper Towns, written by John Green, is a story about failing to see the truth in others. Quentin Jacobson, the main character, sees his neighbor Margot Roth Spiegelman as beautiful and adventurous from afar, but when she enters his life, summoning him on a quest for revenge, he follows.
Bingo!
Nair? Wait, why do you need Nair?
All will be revealed shortly, my young friend.
6 months older than you. Remember that?
Oh, really? Are you?
Margaret, don't. Stop. Don't.
It's really loud.
Don't. Stop.
What, were you trying to say something?
Can't do that.
Stop.
What else do we need? Interesting capitalization.
I'm a big believer in random capitalization. The rules are so unfair to the letters in the middle.
It's not as weird as it looks.
Still weird.
Throughout that night, Quentin realizes more and more that he loves Margot and that she isn't who he thought she was. Her seemingly perfect life isn't as it seems, what with her cheating boyfriend and lying best friends. At their last stop, Margot and Q enjoy a view of Orlando from the top of the SunTrust building. Q mentions how beautiful it is, to which Margot responds, "Here's what's not beautiful about it. From here, you can't see the rust or the cracked paint or whatever, but you can tell what the place really is. You can see how fake it all is. It's not even hard enough to be made out of plastic. It's a paper town. I mean, look at it, Q. Look at all those cul-de-sacs, those streets that turn in on themselves, all the houses that were built to fall apart. All those paper people living in their paper houses, burning the future to stay warm. All the paper kids drinking beer some bum bought for them at the paper convenience store." After their night is complete and a new day begins, Quentin arrives home from school to find Margot now gone and a mystery. However, Quentin quickly discovers clues left behind for him, and the closer he comes to solving the mystery, the less he sees the Margot he imagined.
Something in Margot's window.
She left little clues, like breadcrumbs.
I found something. I think she's sending you a message. Come find me.
Social conventions that people adhere to affect the perceptions of others around them, shown through the main characters in Paper Towns. This is best shown with Quentin's obsession over Margot. Quentin believes that she is somewhat of a miracle in his life.
The way I figure it, everyone gets a miracle. My miracle was I wound up living across the street from Margot Roth Spiegelman.
Quentin placed his next-door neighbor on a pedestal by only exploring her beauty instead of figuring out who she actually was. Q spent nearly 9 years of his life obsessing over a girl for her looks and never found out what lied within. Being placed on a pedestal has given Margot the belief that she isn't real. As she says, "I was the flimsy, foldable person, not everyone else." People love the idea of a paper girl, they always have, and the worst thing was that I lived it too. I cultivated it, you know? The title of the book, Paper Towns, references a town that only exists on maps. For Margot, she ran away to a paper town named Agloe, New York, because she felt as if she could be a real person there. All the special treatment she received made her feel like she only existed in the minds of others. Hence, she ran away to a town that only existed on maps so she could feel like a real girl, not a paper cutout of a girl. Perception is also shown when Q and his friends are in a car playing a game they made up. The game is called That Guy is a Gigolo, and the object of the game is to look at a driver of a car and decide what their life is like. However, all this game did was show Quentin, Ben, Lacey, and Radar that they were projecting their views and ideas onto other people who they had never even met before. Radar even says to them, "The thing about That Guy is a Gigolo is that in the end it reveals a lot more about the person doing the imagining than it does about the person being imagined." This quote comes full circle as it was the reason Margot felt like she didn't belong in society, as she was the views of other people. In this situation, various drivers were being judged and perceived to be people they may not be, and doing that is not only unfair but also wrong. Throughout the story, the idea of perception is stretched out to include a mental image or idea like someone as beautiful as Margot on a pedestal, and perceiving what the lives of others are like when you have never met them.
Furthermore, the term is used to think and understand someone or something, like the relationship Quentin has with his friends Radar and Ben. Throughout the novel, Quentin, Radar, and Ben clash ideas as to where Margot went, why she went there, and how to bring her back. It is very obvious to Radar that Quentin is head over heels in love with Margot, and Quentin selfishly tries to control his friends any chance possible. Radar confronts him saying, "Stop thinking Ben should be you, and he needs to stop thinking you should be him." Quentin wants people to be an idea he has locked in his head, and he wants that idea to constantly come to his side when it is needed. He craves to find out what the possibilities of what someone or something could be.
At the end of the book, Quentin came to the realization that he forgot to think of Margot as a person. Rather, he believed her to be a perfect human with no flaws, and ultimately this proved to be false.
Margot?
Quentin. Hi.
I knew I'd find you. I knew it.
I can't believe you're here. How are you?
Wait, what? What do you mean you can't believe I'm here?
I'm just a little surprised.
Wait, what are you surprised about? I followed the clues like that. I found that note that he left in my door, and then I thought that he would go to the paper town, or the whole world with him, and you know. You left those clues for me, right?
Yeah, I always leave clues.
Yeah.
So, I was fine, that I was okay. I didn't think you would come all this way. Wait, what did you think? Quentin, what are you doing here?
I'm in love with you.
You're in love with me.
Yes.
Come on.
I've loved you since we were kids. I will never stop loving you every single day since.
You're not in love with me.
Don't say that.
You don't even know me.
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
Don't say that
I don't even know me, Q. I have no idea who I am. Why do you think I'm here?
I thought.
Margot turned out to be a normal girl struggling to find her true identity in a harsh societal culture based on making snap judgments. Overall, the life lesson is that people are not paper, that they have added dimensions to them that serve as never-ending complexities that we can only partially discover. It was said in the story that imagining isn't perfect. You can't get all the way inside someone else, but imagining being someone else, or the world being something else, is the only way in. In life, you might have to walk in someone else's shoes to really take a closer look at who they are.